my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the comic collector geek, and I'm joined with like a whole bunch of people. Oh my goodness, where all these people come from? It's like, so we got Hull, yeah, we got Lettuce Comics, we got Lyle, or he's also known as Big Lyle.
Big Lyle.
And we got Collector 6, also known as Overstreet Advisor, Man of Mystery, Collecto 6, Steppo, yeah, just so many names.
BMOC, BFD.
And then we got Matt Likes Comics.
Little Matt.
You can't guess his name. You can't guess his name. It's like begins with an M, though. That's the hint.
His name must not be said.
Okay, so yeah, so I'll quickly say hi to the chat. Hi to the chat. That's a joke, you know, like where I say, you know.
I know.
I'll quickly.
No more hi.
I'm telling you, I'm laughing on the inside. I'm just. It's the belly buster. It's a knee slapper.
I need one of those lines. You know, laugh here. You know, like you know.
No more hello.
You gotta get a rim shot.
Okay.
The best jokes in the world are the ones where you have to say that was a joke, by the way.
Hi, Susie.
Oh yeah, that's a winner. Boy, you do that in front of a crowd, and they're all going, "Okay, time to go."
So the way it works is, you know, a natural joke where people actually laugh at it. Then there's the one where you say, "Oh, that's a joke," and then there's the one where you have to explain how the joke is a joke.
Bob Hope did that. Bob Hope did that in Portland when we went to see him in 1968 at the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. And he said, and when people always mangle the names of things in the city. And so he says, boy, it sure is nice. He always says, boy, it's nice to be here in Multnomah County by the Willamette River. And then he smiles and he says, now, when I came here, this is the second show. When I came in here yesterday, I said, boy, it sure is nice to be here in Multnomah by the Willamette River. Nice to see you all. He says, I've never heard such a quiet room in my life. And then through the rest of the show, every so often he would bring up Willamette River, or, you know, or something, Multnomah County. It became a running gag, and then we're waiting for it. Then he'd look at us, and we knew it was coming, and we'd crack up. So he was great. So
that works. So if I just keep on using the same joke over and over again,
Ellen, if I may just say that you are no Bob Hope.
Oh, I was going to say you are obviously the Bob Hope of comic books.
Let me ask you, who is the best comedian? Is it Rick Moranis? Who's the best comedian from Canada?
Probably Jim Carrey.
Martin Short.
Candy?
John Candy.
John Candy.
Martin Short is a good show.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
What's his name there from Brampton there?
Bieber.
Russell Peters.
Gene
Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Russell Peters is a comedian?
Yes, he's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure glad I asked that. Whew.
Okay,
there's a lot of good ones.
So many. All the comedians that you guys have in Hollywood are Canadian. Okay, so hi, Mark.
Ryan Reynolds is good at
Mr.
comedy.
Mueller.
JSS.
Yeah, okay.
JSS.
Lyle, you're here.
Lyle who?
Okay, and
that's the other Lyle.
Hull, is doing his thing too.
Oh, brother.
Oh, boy. This feels like the Brady Bunch with all these squares.
I know, it is kind of like the Brady Bunch.
Of a boy named Alan.
K-Munin.
He wishes he had 3 lovely girls. But they're all
comics.
on comic covers.
And then we got Jax.
I just took mine down.
Okay, wait.
It's been like here.
I have this one. I'm getting the other ones later.
So. All of these are the ferret. I got 9 number 1s, 5 number 2s, 3 number 3s, and I got about 6 number. And you know how much all of this cost me? Do you want to guess how much this cost me?
I'm going to guess they pay you.
I'll guess how much they charge me.
$2.
$17.
Oh, I was going to say 20.
Do you have ferret?
He's going.
Hagen is the original ferret.
Yeah. Actually, his ferret is a wall book.
He's the one who started this nonsense.
See, we both have we have the same one.
I got that one behind me.
Too.
Yeah,
this one, and then there's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good.
I had this one out because of the show with Lyle the other day.
We shouldn't overwhelm the audience with so much value and.
Yeah,
I paid $1.
I'm just gonna put that right in front of my Avengers #4. There we go.
That's right. Pride of place, Hagen.
Between the two books, they're worth thousands of dollars.
They charge you
Correct.
rental storage.
We're gonna drive Cam Union nuts.
No, we're charging them for we're charging them for storage. Get that one right. Really, it's officially worthless, eh?
Yes.
Interesting. Controversial.
I don't know.
He's a marplot. Andreas, you're getting
recent
further and
sales-
further down on our list, you know.
You know, if we can make this book appear on like Comic Tom's hot list.
Well, that's the mission. This is what the brothers have been talking about.
It's been the dream from the beginning.
I mean,
Right
corner
from-
of the market, like
From
this
the
is like
day
a long, like
Hagen
this is like
pulled out the ferret, and I ordered them all while that thing was on. That's been the dream.
this is
Typhoid
like
Hagen.
GameStop, you know,
It's
like,
Typhoid Hagen, and he got aboard ship, and then he brought the communicable ferret disease, and look what's happening. And they're laughing as they drag me down into the abyss of the
My
ferret.
stupidity has become malignant, and it's really
No,
really funny.
it's your stupidity and has become contagious.
Say what you want, but
I
there
love
was
it.
a guy who did a video for Big B's thing for the veterans there, and he dressed as the ferret. So really, we're having some influence out there.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. So yeah,
I didn't want to say that I didn't want to say I have that one because I said that comment not long ago, and it was
that was a scandal. That was like, has that story been broken on the internet yet about how?
Incidentally, there are zero.
No,
there are
because
there are exactly
what had happened was
zero of those on the census. Go ahead. The Mighty Mouse.
What had happened was Steven showed that big book, that Mighty Mouse 384-page book, and I wasn't in the conversation like I am now. I was typing it away, and I was just repeating what everybody else says, that I have that one. But Matt jumped on it and goes, "Hey, Lyle's got that one." I didn't have time to say, no, I'm just joking. I just went on with it. It snowballed. And then I said, well, I need to come clean because I don't want to start saying that I have that one and I don't.
Well, it's all fun and games until somebody loses a comic. So
That's
or
right.
I.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I will. Please.
Okay.
I want to
so
get.
what
I
I'm
want to
gonna
get
do
my.
is
I want to
kind
get
of a
my
weird
shoes in
rotation
here.
then.
Now we start because I told you that I had some of these. Here is the tick. This is the Fledermaus.
I love the Fledermaus. He's awesome.
That is amazing.
That's great.
Oh wow!
And
That
these,
is pretty
and
cool.
I don't know if you guys have ever tried to buy Bandai toys, but they ain't cheap.
Okay.
No.
Keep talking. I'm actually going to leave the room, but I'm coming back because I got something I got to show Steven now.
Uh-oh.
And here is the Mad Cow.
Yes. Ooh.
Okay.
And he moves too.
I thought he's the man-eating cow.
You pull the
Man-eating
man-eating
cow.
cow's tail to see what she had for dinner. So she opens her mouth and there's probably the head of the tick in there.
Oh really?
Oh, really? Of course. Would I ever lie to you? Okay, never mind. So the other thing that I threatened you with, I threatened you with showing you on the back of all those comics, they have the 100 toy soldiers, right? And then they have like this huge beach scene and the ships are coming in, the planes are coming in, and they have this big foot locker with a big arrow pointing down on it. 100 soldiers, 100 soldiers. Well, here is the actual 100 soldiers foot locker.
Nice.
Oh wow!
Here is the actual foot locker, and it's the kid who had his name was Joe Blow.
It's a hair. It's
Joe Blow.
His name was Taylor, and so I will open this enormous foot locker, and I will show you this is what the soldiers and everybody look like. this is what you get. So if you sent away $1.25 or 98 cents, depending on when you sent it, what?
They actually look better than I thought.
Yes,
Can you take one
I
out
agree.
and show it?
It looks like the old Green Army men, like the
They
real
look
one.
more three-dimensional than I would have expected.
Yeah, they look like the ones we used to buy in our toy stores.
Oh wow, those are so thin.
They're a little flat though.
They call them flats. Here's an artillery piece.
Oh wow.
And then
Is
here
it to
is
scale?
let's see here. There's planes and ships and all manner of stuff. Here's a guy running for his life. He's a Quisling. He's a Vichy.
Don't have a conversation.
The Vichy.
Here's a bazookaman.
I'm glad he has gum.
Here's a Jeep. Anyway,
were those from, hey, Stephen, were those from the 60s?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
They started in like 1962, 63. The Revolutionary War soldiers were the first ones, and that was the Russ Heath one. So I wanted to show you those two figures, so now I have some books to show you. These are all from the Cookie Man. The Cookie Man. And he is with Strictly Affordable Auctions, and he also is in the Sands group, where the Cookie Man and his cookies are actually his comics, and he's very tasty. And there's this sort of a theme that goes with that. And so I have picked up, and if I have odd stuff, it's because it would be in the books that I wanted were within a group of books. So this all comes together. Well, I may or may not want the other ones, but okay, I'll do it. So one of the guys that draws the Black Cat, who is very good at drawing the Black Cat, is Terry Dodson. And so this is the Spider-Man Black Cat run by Terry and Rachel Dodson. So there's number one.
Oh yeah,
I
actually have that.
Matt, are you going to be yawning all the way through the show?
Oh, I was going.
Are you okay? Because you always yawn all the way through the show.
I was
Sounded like he was asthmatic.
I'm gasping. Oh my God, that's a great picture.
Aren't you glad we're your friends? Yeah, if you were more of my friends, you'd sick the dogs on me. Here's issue 2. Here is issue 3. This was all a group of books at one shot, and they're really not expensive, and all of them in very high grade. Terry Dodson is really good. Terry and Rachel.
I agree.
There's the Nightcrawler.
I mean,
beautiful.
They're
That's
doing
a very
the
well-defined chin on Nightcrawler there.
Yeah, it's what you got to do. And this is actually was a 6-part set. So this is 6 of 6. They went 1, 2, 3, and then they decided they were only going to do 6. And so then at number 4, it says 4 of 6, then 5 of 6, then 6 of 6. So next up, we got Lady Bullseye. And this Lady Bullseye is also Dodson. And I frankly didn't know who Lady Bullseye was, but I thought this pretty cool looking stuff. Who's Lady Bullseye?
She was actually the one in Hit Monkey.
She was the one in Hit Monkey?
Yep.
Okay.
A new row for me. Thank you, Alan.
Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey is actually a pretty good show. Did you guys ever watch it? It's 2 seasons.
No.
It's actually really good. It's like pretty awesome. It's about
nice
a
painted
hitman
cover.
that's a monkey.
That's cool.
Very cool.
This is an Excedrin headache right here.
Oh. Yeah.
Are those pieces of glass in his head, or what?
They look like flying star. No, they're cards. I think it's from Gambit.
Oh.
Right in the head. See?
Oh yeah,
looks
yeah.
like
It's
the
a
Ace
card
of
in the head.
Spades.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joker's wild.
I think he's listening to Motorhead.
I don't think he saw those coming. You get it because he's blind.
Yeah,
That was the joke.
I was very tracking. That's a joke, son.
Because he can't see.
Because he can't see. Okay. This was for free.
That looks like a Scott Campbell.
That's what I was going to say. J. Scott Campbell.
And then this is another set. This was just a bunch of good girls that came along.
Very nice.
That's cool. I've never seen X-23 in that brown costume before.
This looks a lot like Psylocke to me.
It is Psylocke.
It
has to be Psylocke.
Is it?
It's Betsy Braddock.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's someone's
batch,
drawing of Psylocke.
The last batch I'm going to show in this round is, have you guys heard of Adam Hughes?
Heard of it.
Yes.
So here we go. This whole run of Adam Hughes at one time.
Hi, Bleeker.
Hey, Bleak.
That's Adam Hughes?
That's Adam Hughes.
Weird.
On the cover?
Oh. AH. No, it's not Adam Hughes on the. Would you buy a cover with Adam Hughes on it? Lyle, you gotta get away. You have to get away from the radioactive pit. I mean, it's time.
I was just fooling now.
Real estate's cheap there, man.
Man, I'll tell you. How can you afford that? You heard the one about the guy that sold the talking dog?
No.
I'll tell it later.
Oh, now that's Adam Hughes.
Dog had it pretty rough.
That's very Adam Hughes.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a fan of cleavage.
Not me.
Adam Hughes is really good at cleavage.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that. Yeah.
The thing is, we can't say if he's good at anything else because we're distracted by the cleavage.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's all good.
I like when he does the goggly thing with Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got your goggles right here, Alan.
Oh, I actually have that one too.
I really like that one.
I like the look on his face. I'm not saying anything.
A wandering minstrel
I have that one too.
Very cool.
Nice.
Alan, if you say that one more time, Steven is going to dox you.
I'm trying to make his head explode. If I can make Steven's head explode.
Alan, can I just say this for all future references of that statement? I always assume you have all of them, all right?
No, I don't always have all of them.
Well, then
But
do
I
me a
have to
favor.
state
If
which
you
ones I
don't
have.
have them, say, I don't have that book. But everything else, then I will assume that you have it. That way, then we can always focus on the negative and that you don't have it. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Right.
We'll see
Alan,
what happens.
Alan, you need to mark it and make I have that shirt.
That is great.
I don't have it.
All of these were in one purchase, and I think it was something like $25 or $30 all told. For all these.
Wow.
That's expensive.
Good Lord.
No, I'm going to get that glare you give Alan.
I don't have that one either. How about that? Are you happy now?
No.
he won't be happy till you don't have any of them.
Somebody sounds grumpy.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Oh, I really like that.
I don't have that one either.
For the record, I don't have
Well,
it.
you know how it is, Alan.
Oh,
That's interesting too.
it's great.
Looks sad.
Her nose looks a little.
Well, she's
strange.
got
Is it-
AH in the sugar container.
Oh, that's cool. And it looks like her nose is broken or something. What's
Yeah,
going on
she's
with
got
her
a
nose?
broken nose.
It's after a night of bad fights.
Cat fights.
Ooh.
Cat fights. Yeah.
Well, oh, that is awesome. That is
I
a
love
lone
that.
wolf and cub homage. I am on board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping that you guys are savvy. I know you're savvy that you'd catch on, but I think that's pretty darn nice.
This is
Yeah.
this is definitely a worldly panel, Stephen. I think you know that.
Then why am I here?
Well,
Because you're here.
Because you're interesting.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
But Susan's here.
hey guys, the cleavage is back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I beg your pardon.
Hi, Christina.
Christina.
Hey, Christina.
Christina.
I really like the way that Adam Hughes plays with light.
Yeah.
I think the whole his layout, his concept, his ability to see it and then put it on paper is, to me, he's just amazing. Actually,
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I think my favorite Catwoman cover is the prison lineup one by him.
And those are from
what? And you know what? And you and Papa Wheelie are all about that. Papa's still wanting to get his. That cover does nothing for me.
I really like
it. Absolutely does not.
I love it.
Not that I mean, I appreciate it, but it does nothing for me.
Which I'm sorry, I missed that. Which cover are we talking about?
Oh, she's got the mascaras running, and she
lineup.
looks like hell in a police lineup.
She's in front of the
She
police.
doesn't look sexy. She's sad. She's beat up. She looked crappy. She's wet. And Alan loves that. I mean, I don't know. It tells you a lot about how he functions,
I
right?
like that cover. That's an awesome
I'm
cover.
sorry I said anything. You seem to be upset.
Who's upset?
Is that series, Stephen, from the 2014 or 2015, or are they new?
No, they are not new. This is from
probably
It would be earlier because of the
early
numbers
to
on it.
yeah.
It'd be more like 2000s.
Yeah,
the way numbers are
2000s. Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
because 2013, 14 would be New 52.
Oh, that's
this
right.
is
2016, right?
Yeah.
No.
2011.
Well, yeah.
And 2016 is Rebirth.
Right.
And some of these had the 1 year later, which was right after Countdown.
Yes, so that would have been put them at 2005.
Final countdown.
Yeah,
And
guys, I know DC things too.
And I'm too nerdy for my own good.
Couple more, and then I'm done.
I like the Phantom Lady behind you there.
Oh, thank you. Shane McCormick drew that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So we're guessing 2006-ish.
Thank you, JR or JSS. Sorry, can't even see.
The numbering for Superman Volume 1 reverted to 650 the first month of 1 year later. That was the first story for that.
Oh,
and before that, it was Adventures of Superman 649. So
this is the set that I just this is roughly a third of what I got from him. But the one huge chunk is almost the complete set of Who's Who, and I bought almost the complete set of Who's Who for $15, and he rebagged them all for me and sent them back.
I just recommended that on my hot pick list.
Oh, you did? I never heard that. Did you do that?
Now you get to know all the information you ever want to know about Atari Force.
Actually, I purchased all of these when they were brand new. Not these, but I had a complete set all the way done, and it was one of the first things that I sold. When I was curating my collection, I think almost instantly, that and the Marvel Classics. I had 60, 80, 90 of these Marvel Classics that were not printed well. They weren't drawn well. The stories were murky, and they weren't particularly clear. And the books, even from new, were crap. So those went about the same time Who's Who went.
You know what?
And that is the end of my story.
An interesting fact about Who's Who was that DC did not negotiate the rights to the Marvel family to put him in Who's Who in time to include Black Adam, so that Black Adam is missing from Who's Who, while the rest of the Captain Marvel people are in there because they got the deal done, but they missed Black Adam and they never went back and added him.
Is he in the volume 2? Because after Who's Who, then they did a Who's Who volume 2. A bunch of people they missed.
That could be.
It might be, but I haven't checked that one. I just know that I read the story actually not too long ago, and that's why.
Okay.
It's in my
Which one is Urko?
I need to buy one of those.
You guys something weird that I just discovered.
What did you discover?
Ontario.
I discovered an
What's the
unboxing
stab
that
on
I
it?
haven't. So I was looking for my Mexican Vampirellas, right? And it's like a big box with a whole bunch of stuff in it. Inside was a box that I never opened. It's I pulled out the letter from it, and it says that it was from 2016. So this is an unboxing that only took 8 years to do. So I'm gonna just quickly. And I'll go to the next person on the list. But so this is it. I got this unboxing.
Oh, it's like an ad.
Is that a card for a convention from the past?
Yeah, no, it's Anthony Snyder is the.
Oh, I know Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've bought some stuff off of him.
Yeah, so have I guess. So I'm very slow about opening it. So the first it's a set of teen love stories. This was a Warren Publishing book. Basically it was their attempt to like kind of capitalize on young girls in the like
teen
60s.
idols.
Yeah.
Teen idols.
Alan, the top question is how to make boys do what you want. I can answer that question.
Yeah. Oh,
Buy
wow.
comics.
Ask them
Cleavage.
nicely.
So these are like comic magazines.
Very nice.
Who did it? Dezuniga? Who did the interior?
I can find out. One sec here. Don't know. Art direction, Waldstein, Brill. And it doesn't say who did the art. I don't know. Does the style look familiar?
It looks sort of like the "Can you draw this picture?"
I don't see an onion on the belt, so I don't think it's a style from the
Okay,
time.
so that's number 3, and here's number 2.
It's funny
Hey, that's the one that I had.
Hey, you can get
What to
personal
do
ad.
about pot in your high school?
Hey,
Burn
I
it.
do.
I got it.
I do know what to
There
do
you go,
about
Nate.
that.
And it's got pot on the back too.
This issue
And then-
pod.
And
Who's
then
who's the gal with the photo on the back cover? Who's the gal? Is it not? Is it 99?
Let's see.
It sure looks.
Or is it Marlo Thomas?
That's
Yeah,
Marlo
Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's Iggy
Before
Azalea.
my time. Before my time.
Oh, this
No.
one.
Wow,
This one.
big that happened in 2-piece, baby.
Uh-huh.
And this is
Twiggy.
you got
Wow.
Listen, things that really happen only to girls
Alan.
is important.
Yeah.
Looks like. Oh boy.
That's Twiggy.
Yeah, Twiggy.
Twiggy. She was a famous model. And yeah, some more of that kind of very
I
simplistic
understand
art
she
style.
disappeared one day. She went to take a shower and she fell through the drain.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be reading a National Enquirer.
Okay, so yeah, so these are the I never opened this box before. I don't know why. So that's it.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, so it only took me 8 years. It's not too bad.
It was worth it.
Okay.
JX says those are pervier than the perv.
All
books.
right. All right. I know we're
Now
doing
they're
comics
legal.
here, but I like that. Here, this is going to go along with what Steven showed. So I have sea urchin.
Is that sea urchin?
Yeah, it is.
It's sewer
Well, you guys
urchin.
have all the toys
Sewer
for the
urchin.
tick.
Sewer urchin. That's right. And when he's like above ground, he's like Rain Man.
Yeah.
And then in
Oh,
one
boy.
episode, they have to go into the sewers, and he's the best superhero ever. Like he's the only one who can fight down there, which I thought was a really funny joke. I have Arthur still in the package.
Oh wow.
Hi, Arthur.
Arthur. Unfortunately, I mean, and this thing worked the last time I used it, so I need to change the battery. But I also have the 13-inch talking tick.
Wow.
That does.
I've never heard
phrases.
it referred to as that.
Yeah. I mean, I decide where I start measuring.
Steven's trying to.
I was wondering if anyone was going to make that joke. Okay.
And then, I may as well show off my first printing of the Tick since I'm showing all those toys. But
nice.
I did get a new action figure, guys, and this is, I don't know. I might be done collecting after this because I don't know how you top Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher in Murder, She Wrote.
She is as bad having her as a friend is almost as bad as Perry Mason or Little Joe Cartwright.
Yeah.
Because if you're a friend with this woman, you're dead in an hour.
Fun
Exactly.
fact about that. Cabot Cove in all of TV has the highest murder rate per capita.
It's true. You're absolutely right.
I like this comment, by the way. 13
That's because they have Richard Cunningham's father for the sheriff.
Oh,
Teen Comics and 13 inches.
We're doing it tonight, boys.
And then measuring 16 inches off my back.
The Dodsons are doing the covers for the new Dazzler miniseries that's coming out.
Nice.
And any excuse for me to show a Dazzler is a good one. And then Alan, I can't remember if I showed you this one or not, but this is from IDW and it goes with your teen love. This is Weird Love.
Oh,
so this
really
is
nice.
a bunch of
I know that title. I don't have any from it. But...
It's so good. And so this one in particular focuses on love stories, like they're reprints of old,
they're reprints of the Golden Age.
So
they even have the necklace one, by the way, for the same title.
Yes, all of these stories are circus or carnival based. So it's all about women at the circus, and there's strong men and there's freaks. I'll
tell you, Carney comic books. There's nothing better, right?
Yeah, there is nothing better. Bedeviled. So there was. I loved when I saw that. I had to have it. And I just have the most random stuff that happened to be sitting up here that I haven't shown, maybe like a Bill Sienkiewicz New Mutants cover.
Very nice.
I just picked that up recently too.
Oh God.
That's the first appearance of the Gladiators.
Okay. How about, is it really? Cause I got that for like $1.
Yeah, no, it's a key book. It's not worth anything, but it's a key book.
Cheaper.
I got a good eye. That's why I pick up things like Jerry Lewis.
Oh, Jerry Lewis, that's cool.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
I just showed Jerry Lewis on my video today.
Oh, cool.
Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis comics.
Speaking of 13-inch Tick, what about Dick Sprang?
Oh, very good.
Hell yeah, Dick Sprang.
You sprang your dick.
When it's 13 inches, it's easy to do.
No.
I don't know. There's a lot of assumptions happening. Silver Surfer Superman team up. I saw Steve Driscoll show this on Matt's channel. And then Matt and I both kind of raced to get our own copy. So mine got here, Matt.
Mine is in the mail, and the mail is on strike.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm worried about comics that are in the mail right now.
Yeah,
the backlog they're going to have to try to dig out from under these bastards. It's incredible. It's going to be awful.
Okay. They'll take months and they'll say what a wonderful job they did. Like everything else.
Oh yeah. Those government workers, how they are, eh?
Oh, I can't stand them.
Man, especially those guys that work from home. What schleps.
Tell me what government workers are like, Lyle.
What do you call a government worker at the bottom of the ocean?
A good start.
A good start.
Heard that about lawyers.
Government workers are worse.
How about connected to the Tick? I know. Alan, when I saw you show this one and I saw that it was a New England Comics, because that's who publishes the Tick, I immediately got this. This thing is cool. Hysterical. It's reprints of Golden Age anti-Hitler comic books.
So the cover is actually a reprint too, by the way. There's actually a Golden Age book that has the same cover.
Well, this first hero, Futuro, like this story here is so bizarre. Like Futuro is standing in the middle of rooms and he keeps saying that you can't see me. Hey, Brian, like it's his superpower, but you can clearly see him. So I don't really understand.
There's also a comic from France, a French comic that's Futuro as well.
I'm going to show just a couple more and then I'll be good. So I finally have a chance to show off some cheesecakey type covers. I never get to do that. So these hard case crimes I just discovered exist.
Peepland.
So this one's called Peepland. I think it's about somebody who works at a store that makes those Easter things.
Easter.
Yeah, they make
got it.
Like that was my most hated thing to get.
They're gross.
Like, I hate those things.
I love those.
But this one is freaking awesome.
I have it actually.
I'm sure you did. There's and
I'm sorry.
And there's a full frontal version of this cover too.
I have the
completely nude. I knew you would. I almost bought it.
It came in a silver bag, I think.
And then I'm gonna cleanse my palate and show a couple more books from a more innocent time, like Amethyst Annual #1.
Gem World.
Oh, that's cool.
Princess of Gem World. I unironically love this book. It's just like Dazzler for me.
I have Amethyst #1, but not the annual.
I definitely have #1 of the Maxi series. I want to pick up more.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a book that's been on my list for a while. This is in terrible shape,
nice.
but I love it. I love this Lois Lane. This is 27, where she's got the big cone head. And Hagen asked the best question: why is Bizarro's S not backwards?
That's true.
It makes no sense.
But I don't think it was backwards back in the day.
I thought it was.
It never was.
I don't think it was.
It never was till later.
It was later, yeah.
Truly? Okay.
I have the first Bizarro.
It wasn't until the 70s when they started drawing in with them.
Okay. I thought it was way earlier than that. But this cover had been on my list for a long time just because I like, I like the body transformations and how weird they are. And then in a dollar bin, I found this from the Flash's 75th anniversary. So this is a variant homage from the New 52.
And you even got Flash with the big head.
Yes. And that's what I really love about it, is that
that's cool.
that big head Flash is one of my all-time favorite covers. And the fact that it's like mixed with this one, and other than the Flash, it's like a 1-for-1. The word balloons and everything are the same.
That's really cool.
So those are that'll be it for me.
Okay, very cool.
Thank you.
I like your room there, Nate, with all that Superman stuff.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Lyle. Holy cow.
Wow.
So you're very anti-Hitler.
A guy, Bleecker had this book, and I was trying to get an eye. He says, I wonder what I should price this for. And so I went online and I looked. Here was a guy that was selling, what is it, 6 or 7 of these things? Six of these for $14.50 for 6 of them.
Good.
And so I just basically bought them. And this is from All Great Comics #2, where Hitler goes to hell.
Yeah, All Great Comics.
And this is not entirely accurate because it doesn't show, but in the original one, on this cover, on this side here, or excuse me, on this side, they had a black native with a big afro hairdo, because there was a something about African something or another also inside the book. And it's a very, very expensive book, and I very wisely sold my copy that was probably at least a 5 or a 6. I was just
offered a really low grade for $7,000, just so you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but I turned that into Schomburg Books when I sold it, so I don't know what else to tell you. You know, we're not made of money anyway. But I subscribed. You know, when you can pick these things up for that amount of money, because a lot of these, if there's even a wind, a slight breeze, these are going to be selling for more than that. So anyway, I just thought I would show it.
Okay, cool. You're next on the list. Surprise.
So
surprise.
We've got a bunch of people in here, so I guess we're just going to go through once.
Yeah, I think we can only go once, guys. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a ton here. So I recently got sent a giveaway from J&B's Expensive Paper. And some of my favorite comic books that were in there are these. This first one is Daredevil #6.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, nice.
And I just really
Looks
like
a whole bunch of
the.
nuns.
You're very astute, Alan. It happens to be a whole bunch of nuns. I really like the odd man out cover, where like the first one that comes to mind is the Superman cover, where everybody's dressed as Superman except for Clark, who's like got his glasses on and is giving you like the shush.
Yes, I have that one, and I love
That's
it.
cool.
It's very in character. I really, really like it. The next things were these. These are two comics from the 12. I didn't know anything about this, but somebody in my comment section that I can't remember your name. If you're here, I'm really sorry about that, and let me know in the chat so that I can give you your credit. But these were Golden Age heroes that were like revived in the modern day and end up teaming up. But like this one really struck my eye because
It's very
he's beefcakey.
I like that he went to the trouble of a cape, but not a shirt.
Yeah, cape with a collar and not the shirt. So this was a decision that he made.
Decision.
How in the hell did that not catch on?
Yeah.
Well, because not everybody looks like that in a cape.
Yeah, I have body image issues personally, so the cape would be going like the other way, I guess. This is the next cover, and this is
I like that one.
This is super, super cool. I like the sci-fi World War II thing that's going on there, and any cover where a Nazi's getting the shit beat out of him is good for me.
Hagen, who wrote the 12? Because I remember that being a really. I worked in a comic shop when that was coming out, and I remember that being a really good read.
Straczynski and Chris Weston.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The next one is this. This is Survive #1, and it's got Falcon, Storm, and the Invisible Woman. And that's just not like a team up that I would think would exist. And I like the sort of down to earthness of Falcon in this. I think it's really cool.
I would like to point out that Invisible Girl is in every comic ever made. You just can't always see her.
It's been really nice hanging out with you guys. I've got to go. I think my fish is at the door. Got to go out or something like that. Then there is this one. This is Moon Knight. Moon Knight #8. I just really like the paneled cover on this. I think Moon Knight's an interesting character, but there are some aspects of him that don't really. They just don't really vibe with me. But one of the interesting things is that like this whole story, it looks like, is told from a security cam, and I think that's really cool. I like when stories are told in like unconventional ways. The last one from that giveaway, and then I have a couple other things, is this. This is Uncanny Avengers #3. And this one caught my eye because the art's bad. Yeah, it's cool. It's just really bad.
But is it it's a John Cassidy cover?
It looks like, I know it's Red Skull, but it looks like Darth Maul.
Yeah, I mean, like the perspective.
Yeah, I actually thought it was Darth Maul too.
The perspective is really off, and if you can see Cap there, like something's just not.
The shield is wrong.
Right.
He's holding the shield upside down.
That I can forgive. They do that all the time.
Yeah. He's going cuckoo.
I just think that's odd. Next up is this. This is Amazing Heroes #146. I like that even though, come on, camera. I like that even though the person wearing Captain America's garb is in the middle, you can tell that that's not Steve. Steve is U.S. agent down there. They always did that to John Walker, where he's way more angular and more aggressive, and so you can't actually tell the difference between them.
John Walker always has the crazy eyes.
Yeah, I don't like villains that are the character that they're facing off against, but evil. And John Walker as U.S. agent isn't exactly a villain, but he's not exactly a hero. Like he's pretty much exactly that. He's just morality swapped Steve Rogers almost. Then there are these. This is Marvel double feature number 15 and number 18. This one reprints the first appearance of MODOK. And so I think that these are really cool if you're somebody that wants to read old stories, but you just don't have, some people don't have even $10 to get into an old comic book. I believe I found these. I either found these in a dollar bin or these were sent to me. And you can find these in like $1, $2 bins. And it's a really good way to get Silver Age stories for not a lot of money. So Marvel double feature. These are really good. I like these.
And Marvel was really good of getting money again out of their reprints. So by waiting enough years to do so.
Yeah. And they're less valuable than the originals, obviously. So I really don't have a problem with that.
Some of the reprints though do get command dollars. I think it's Marvel's Greatest Heroes or something like that, or Greatest Stories. I'm not sure exactly, but
Marvel's Greatest Comics.
Okay, when they reprinted the first appearance of Galactus and Silver Surfer, those ones are actually worth $20-$25 because of the story that they're playing. So
this is the one that comes to mind when you say that. This is the Marvel Milestone edition of Captain America #1. And this book, I think I got it for like $12, but in Key Collector, or if you look at like recent sales, it's kind of rare to see them for less than like 40 or 50. So I agree with you there, but $40 or $50 is a lot more palatable than what, $3.2 million or something like that. No. Yeah. Next thing, this is kind of out of my wheelhouse, but I was flipping through a bin and I saw it, and I don't know why, I just really enjoyed it. It's this.
Yeah, that's a good one
Deep,
too.
yeah.
It's the Deep #1.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about this just struck me, like the perspective on the cover and the woman swimming up with all of this stuff underneath her.
That comic there was the Nick Nolte was the actor for that movie when it came out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Were they looking for ampules of morphine?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
That's what they discovered there when they were brushing the sand away.
World War II medical ship that had ampules of morphine, a lot of them, and then they wanted to go get that to sell it.
And it was Nick Nolte and was it Jacqueline Bisset?
Yes, Jacqueline Bisset. I couldn't remember her name. Yeah.
Oh, I read the Mad version.
I've seen that. That's our new. I have that. I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the last one that I have. Normally, I am a Christmas starts after Thanksgiving person, but I just want an excuse to show this off. This is Christmas with the Superheroes, and I really like this because, like, one, it's a treasury size book. I'm not just a very small person, but it's a treasury size book, which is great because you can lay down on your carpet and read it and feel like you haven't experienced life yet. But the other reason why I like it is because sometimes Christmas covers and sometimes Christmas covers fall into the trap of just, it's Spider-Man with a Santa hat on, and then that's it. But this is like, Superman's helping Santa with his sleigh, and they've got the whole gang back there. And I really like it. It's really whimsical and it's fun, and it's saccharine sweet. That's what I got for you guys.
Very good. Very good.
Very cool, buddy.
Okay, now we're going to go with Big Lyle, our special guest.
First time here. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
So the first one that I'm going to show you is a foreign edition. It's this one here.
Oh, Oh, nice.
This one's from Hungary.
I have
It's
the English version of that.
issue 678 and 679, and this one is dated from 2019. So
Very cool.
it's just a little bit smaller than the normal size comic book. And the other day, Stephen, you had mentioned that Alex Schomburg had a brother named August.
That is correct.
Well, I have a magazine here I dug out today. It's Flying Aces. Because at the bottom here,
it's a square.
August.
It's a square box the way he signs.
That's right. And this one here is dated June 1939.
So
if you'll notice that the aircraft that he draws are very, very accurate.
Technical.
They're very nice.
And he always did that. And his Alex would put just a little bit of a cartoony bit into it, still in scale and proper, but more comic book like rather than illustration. Go ahead.
The other one is The Amazing Spider-Man, but the Russian edition.
Very cool.
That's cool.
This one came out in 2019 as well. I didn't pay very much. I mean, it came from the Republic of Russia. I paid maybe $30 for it. It came bagged, but there was a collector I was speaking with online that's saying that some came polybagged and some didn't, and so it didn't make any difference if it was or not. Well, this one here is from France. Or from Belgium, sorry.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that in French?
I love the greens. I love the greens and blues. That's beautiful.
Yeah, this one's dated from 1980. I figured I'd just show a few because, I mean, I have a lot and there's only so much I could dig out. And this one as well is from Belgium and France.
Oh, interesting. Really weird color choices on that one.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's another one.
Nice.
Oh, that's the one where they're making them dig their own graves.
Yeah.
Well, with Batman with a Thompson or with a rifle with a magazine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it looks like that's the Thompson. Yeah, this one's dated from 1971.
So they're getting
don't worry, it's got beanbag rounds.
Yeah. And we got the Canadian French one of The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 107, 108 from 1980.
Very nice.
From Bande Dessinée. And then they have a Star Trek one that's in French.
Oh
from
my
France.
gosh.
Wow.
That is
cool.
awesome.
That's
This
really
one from
cool.
1973.
Oh, je veux aller avec toi.
The only thing is that the guy there. Wait, go back one. Wait back.
Sorry,
Doesn't it look like Sean Connery?
It does.
yes. Instead of Kirk.
No, it looks like the guy that was the motorcycle rider is like the son was a star as well as the father. I can't think of his name. It's not like Hans
Jane
Gudjev,
Fonda,
but it's
the
like that.
Fondas,
I can't think
Peter
of it.
Fonda.
And this one's from Belgium.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then this one is from Belgium as well, from 1975.
What are they doing to Batman?
It's
looks a little strange.
Making his cowl off. And,
I mean, the guy's hand is in a really interesting spot.
Yeah, that could
Yeah,
have used a different framing.
it's sad. It's sad.
Jerry,
So, I mean, the other day we were speaking. I showed a comic book that was what do you call it? A gray tone. I dug out some GI combats that were gray tones. This one's from 1957.
very cool.
Right.
People really like those gray tone ones.
Right. 1963.
Those are awesome.
1962.
The haunted tank, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you
I
have
like
the
that.
first haunted tank and those ones, or
And issue 44, I didn't dig that one out. I just dug the
80, I think it's 87, isn't it?
I think I was 87 as well.
Yeah, this
I
one's
like that
issue
one a lot.
107. Yeah. This one's from 1964, issue 107. And then this is a different one. There's some quality comics. It's from 1956, Yanks in Battle.
Yeah, that looks like John Wayne on the cover there.
Romantic, romantic adventures. This one's from 1952.
Nice.
It's a romance war story. That's great.
GI Sweethearts.
I have that one.
Yeah.
That was a really cool cover.
So do I.
got that
Look at
one
this.
because I thought it kind of had that Matt Baker look, but it's
No,
not
you
Matt
don't.
Baker.
You don't have that one, Alan.
I have that one. I could pull it.
No.
Yeah, this one's from
Alan, you
1954.
don't own any comic books.
This is an extremely rare one. GI in battle. This is the.
I had that one.
This is the last issue. This is number 9 from 1953.
The Korean War
Ajax
covers.
Barrel.
The Korean covers are brutal.
Right.
The Korean War.
Man.
I actually do have that one. The guy's
Oh,
getting. If you
sure
lift
you
it up,
do.
the guy's
Sure
getting
you
shot in
do.
the mouth. Lift it up higher.
Yeah, sure you do.
Oh, whoa.
He's getting
here you
shot
go.
right in the mouth.
That is.
Because he's trying to
Yeah,
catch
it
the
says-
bullet like
It says
Superman.
bullet to the face. This one's from 1953. It's number 7. Extremely rare. And then you got the usual Star Spangled War stories.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love
The
this.
dinosaurs. This one's from 1963.
Nice.
See, I don't have any of these, but this is I need to get into some dinosaurs fighting soldiers.
Oh, Star Spangled War. There's a slew of them.
Well, there's quite a few. And then you got another one.
Oh my
I'm flying
god.
a pterodactyl. That's awesome.
I need all of these.
This is gonna be a problem for me.
Right, here's another one.
Oh, that even has the go-go checks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You got a
That's
dude on a
66 or
pterodactyl
67 there.
fighting a zero? Yes.
Oh my
This one's
god.
from 1954. It's a red Chinese cover. This one was a hard one to find.
Wow.
You have a lot of war comics there, Big Lyle.
Yeah, I do. And there was some talk that Daniel Craig was coming out with or working on a Sergeant Rock film or movie.
I heard that too. I heard that.
So I dug out my
After
Sergeant
that-
Rock.
After that dancing movie, I don't know if we want them.
Right. Well, this one here is from 1965.
Sergeant Rock actually taught my dad how to speak English, so I have a soft
That's
spot
awesome.
for him.
That's really awesome.
Another GI Combat. This one's from 1964. It was the first Sergeant Rock rides the haunted tank crossover.
And what kind of tank was the
Sergeant Rock
haunted tank?
rides
Big
haunted
Lyle?
Pardon?
Big Lyle, what kind of tank was Jeb Stewart? What was their first tank?
The Abrams.
No, for God's sakes. It's a
And you got
Stewart.
this one?
It's a Stewart tank because he is Jeb Stewart. And he is and you know the plot for him, do you not? No, you don't. Jeb Stewart is a descendant of J.E.B. Stewart, the cavalry officer from the Civil War, the rebel side. He was a Confederate. And his ghost shows up to warn him about problems coming very cryptically. Nice gray tone.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Now this one's from 1960, number 82. I only got 2 more to show here. This one's 1968.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a lot of the war ones. This one's 1963, 64.
I bought a set of GI
Last
Combat in 1988 from number 87 and a few before it, all the way up to the very end. So it was like, I think 2 long boxes. I mean, at least a long box of all of the GI Combat. Some guy had collected them that came into the store. And my buddy said, "Hey, do you want to get the number 87? It's the first one, first haunted tank." I said, "Sure." Then I looked and I saw how comprehensive it was. And the ones from about 1968, 1969 up were like breathtaking mint books. And I said, "Wow, how much for the whole thing?" And he said $600. So I bought, it's my favorite war set other than Enemy Ace. But as far as continuing series, the Haunted Tank is by far, to me, the coolest one. Johnny Cloud, the Navajo Ace, cost the government a fortune in P-51s that he got shot down in. And Sergeant Rock's okay, but between Sergeant Rock and Jeb Stewart and the Stewart tank, the 37 millimeter cannon, low velocity, that could take out a Tiger tank if they could shoot it from behind. which was rather amusing. The British called those tanks honeys, the honey, because they could go 45 miles an hour and they were cavalry tanks. I won't go any further. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, Matt.
Well, very interesting.
Okay. Well, everybody was showing, well, most of you were showing stuff that wasn't necessarily comics. So I've got two things that are comic related, but they're not quite, and then I've got some comics.
Awesome.
This here is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a 1922 silver dollar. A double-headed one of this is what Two-Face uses.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So that's why I bought one, so I could at least say I had.
That's a peace dollar, is it not?
It is. And the other one that I wanted to show, I like to think that this was used to buy an Action 1. It's a 1938 US dime.
So if you have a time machine, you can use that to go back and buy your Action 1.
And then the $10 I paid for it would be worth it then. So yeah, I just thought I bought those back when I was doing my blog, and I was talking about them, and I put them on as pictures. So let's see here. Since we've had a Christmas comic, here's one that I just picked up that I'm going to use for my Christmas video. Batman. I love the kid sitting on Superman's lap when it's a Batman book. And let's see here. Since we're showing, affordable versions of our grails.
I have that one.
I have the real one.
I think I have that one as well. Yep.
No, I have the cheap one.
I literally spent $7 just for King Noonan this week.
Oh, nice.
Zombie Tramp number 40. Is he still around?
That. You posted that on Instagram today.
Yeah, I'm sure that was an altruistic purchase that you made.
Yes.
Just for the fans.
Here is the Ferret 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, somebody's gonna kill you.
And this here is the next couple I'm going to show are Justice Society books with paintings by Alex Ross's covers. This is Justice Society of America #1, where he has painted the whole team.
That is a great cover.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's awesome.
That's the first appearance of
Cyclone.
Cyclone. Yeah, I knew it was something. I was trying to remember.
Also, the first appearance, I think, of Wildcat's son as well. Here is another Alex Ross painting of Starman. And what I found cool when I read this series, that this is the actual Starman that was in the Legion of Superheroes. He has come back 1,000 years for a secret mission. And you discover that he actually has schizophrenia in the 31st century, which is cured due to their science. But here, without those medications, his schizophrenia kicks in again, and he's not very well in these books.
Teddy Roosevelt's a favorite of mine, Hagen, for sure.
Yeah, it was really funny to get him from the Humane Society and name this very hyper dog after a president.
Here is again, as I said, Alex Ross, the Cyclone. I like this one.
I just love his covers for the JSA.
And here's JSA 4, which is Alex Ross doing Wildcat and Wildcat's son.
He's doing Wildcat's son?
Yeah. No. He's
sure.
Alan, has anybody told you today that you're hilarious?
Thank you.
Probably
not. I don't think so.
I hope somebody does.
I hope somebody does. Somebody someday will appreciate my weird humor.
Here is Atom Smasher. I like this one a lot.
That's great.
Yeah, that is one of the coolest ones I thought of the run.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We've grown to love your humor.
I'm going to skip to a couple here because I don't want to take up all day at night doing this. I could. Here's Liberty Bell.
I have heard.
I-
I have
I-
that one. I
I
have the whole
really
set,
like that
actually.
one.
Well, I have the entire run of this book. So,
Me too.
and here's my true favorite.
Steve,
Why do you fight with our guests? You always think I have
No,
that. I have
I-
that. Let them have it.
Me saying that I have it shows that I appreciate it enough to buy it. You know, that means I
God,
must have
you
liked
have
it to get it. That's my
I
way of
have a
saying I
lot of
love it.
comics, but I don't want to say I have it. I have it. I have it.
I appreciate Matt bringing us full circle back to cleavage with that Power Girl cover.
And that's what I'm going to go with tonight, since I know Alan's got another show tonight. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to wrap it. We're wrapping it up a little early tonight. Sorry, guys.
I have to. Can I show one more thing, please?
No.
Thank you. Hagen, years and years and years ago, I went into an antique and collectible store. On the wall was a picture in a frame that would look like it was about a $6.95 frame. And it was a picture of Theodore Roosevelt. And it was obvious that there had been some glue for the matting, wow, that the mat had been removed. And so what I did was I looked at the signature and I said, God, that looks to me
like a real one,
like a real signature. And I said, is that signed? He says, no, it's just a lithograph. He says with the frame, he says that's $38.
Exactly,
and so I said, okay. And I thought of $17.95. That night, I said, my God, I think I have a book of Winchesters. I was a gun collector, and I have a book on Winchesters, and there was a letter that Theodore Roosevelt wrote to Winchester about wanting guns that were as good as the British guns, if not better. Hello, Cookie Man. I was just showing all your books.
Is this the Cookie Man?
This is the Cookie Man. I showed all of those Adam Hughes and the Terry Dodsons. He won't let me show any of the other ones I got so far, but that's all right. I will show them. But that's the man right there. He's a great guy. I urge you to check out his auctions. He's very good. Anyway, so I went and I bought the picture from him. I was scared to death someone would buy it because I said, I just have a feeling. So I called the Oregon Historical Society. I said, I have a picture, I believe has a signature. I would like to see if I can authenticate it. And they said, okay, you're going to want to see this guy's name is William Rudolph, and he is our authenticator. He's here in the building. Here is his extension. So I called the guy up and I said, Mr. Rudolph, I think I have a signed picture of Teddy Roosevelt. I'm not sure. I said, what do you charge to authenticate if it's for real? He says, well, he said, if it's real, he says, come down, bring it on down. And if it's real, I'll charge you $25. If it isn't real, it's always nice to see old pictures. Very nice. So my brother and I went down to this place and found his office in the historical society's building. And on the walls, he had pictures. I mean, he had signed letters from Jefferson and Hitler and Goering and a whole bunch of these other ones. They were just sitting there. And so he said, okay, let me take a look at this. So he took a look at the picture and he started pulling out these references, and he had these high magnification lenses and what have you. He's looking it over. And so both Doug and I went over to the desk to watch him do the authentication. And every time we would get close, he'd always say, well, why don't you go over there and look at that beautiful Jefferson letter? Well, go look over that U.S. Grant letter. And so I said, well, obviously he doesn't want us breathing over his shoulder while he's doing this. So he took about 15 minutes. He says, well, that'll be $25, please.
Oh, wow.
And so I have and this was just before, this is when I believe he was the governor of New York. And this was before the Spanish-American War. This was before he went over to Cuba. And he had just gotten an advancement when he was the chief of police there and was out getting all these corrupt cops and busting it up and everything else like that, which is what he would do. But this is So that is my signed Theodore Roosevelt picture. I'm very, very in tune with him on a historical basis because on account of USS Oregon was so important in the war of the Spanish-American War for various reasons. But first of all, Oregon's namesake battleship, which was BB number 3, Indiana class, and it ended up being we had to circumnavigate the globe to get to Cuba because they had basically blockaded the Spanish fleet there in Santiago de Cuba. And Oregon had to go all the way around South America to get to it with a steamer called the Marietta, which was much slower. He couldn't keep up. Oregon got there, and about 2 or 3 days after it got there, then the Spanish fleet came out. And they were all rum brave, if you know what that means. They were all liquored up to basically go out and get their asses shot off because all of their ships had sat in port for so long that all the bottoms of their ships were fouled. So they wouldn't cut the water as well as they might. Cerveris was the captain, and he was on the Infante Cristobal was the flagship. So they came roaring out, and Oregon and Brooklyn were right on top of them and basically pinned them. Oregon didn't use seawater in their boilers because seawater would cause all of the boilers to get fouled. They used the men were grimy, but the water was pure that went into the engines. And in the middle, Wainwright, who was this guy that was the commanding officer on Corregidor, he was an engineer in the engine room. He had a key around his neck, and he had high quality anthracite coal in the middle bunker, which is the last one you use because you got to balance the ship to make sure that it sits right from the different coal bunkers. And so he opened that up at Cardiff. They called them Cardiff Gems. So he put high test coal into the boilers, into the engines to go as fast as it goes 17 knots, which was very fast. It was 17 knots. The Brooklyn was the fastest ship we had, which was a cruiser, but the Oregon as a battleship kept up with Brooklyn, and then they just hammered the hell out of the Spanish between trying to escape to the ocean and the shoreline of Cuba. Then they drove their ships they beached them all, and they're all beat to hell from us shelling the hell out of them. So, but Teddy Roosevelt was the one who sent Dewey up to the Philippines when Spain started causing problems, and they were basically causing huge problems in Spain. I won't go any further, but anyway, but Roosevelt, it was just huge what he did, and then the whole Thayer Mahan's book about naval power as far as for the empire like British was that coaling stations everywhere so that you could have your ships could reach where they needed to go. Last thing I'll say, the Philippines, the Olympia, which was built also with the Union Iron Works in San Francisco, was right next to Oregon was built first. Roosevelt sent him as Assistant Secretary of the Navy, took it upon himself, sent them up to the Philippines with a very small fleet. And then what they did was Olympia went in and they flattened the Spanish fleet at harbor, at port, in Cavite and all that other stuff. And they went in, hammered the hell out of them, went out, had lunch, and then went back in and hammered them again. They only lost one guy.
Had lunch.
And so
on a sandwich, right?
And that's where the expression you always hear Bugs Bunny saying, "You may fire when ready, Gridley." Well, Gridley was the captain of the Olympia, and the Clark was the captain, was in overall command. And so it was Gridley's ship, but that became the flag. And he says, "You may fire when you are ready, Mr. Gridley." And that's how they opened up on the Spanish in the Philippines. And then after we flattened them in Cuba and knocked them out, we had to get, okay, well, I'm for it. It was just, it's history. Aguinaldo was a hell of a guy. But what happened was they ended up, when they got there, when they got up to the Philippines, the Germans were up there, the Gneisenau and some other, these big ships. They were going to basically come in and take the Philippines. So then Oregon had to go all the way back around from New York after the big celebration, when they went up the Hudson to Grant's Tomb. They went all the way back around South America to get back over into the Philippines, and that became the flagship for Dewey. And then that stopped the Germans. And shortly after that, when they had the legation problems in the movie 55 Days in Peking with Chuck Heston, what they did was it was the Marines off of Oregon that were the ones that went in to try to help the legations that the Tong were trying to hack up there to stop the infidels from coming into China. Too much history, but there it is. And that's why Teddy Roosevelt, to me, he was, the Great White Fleet and all that other stuff that he was, we weren't taking any countries. It actually, the only other thing that he did was when the war broke out, he went right down to Panama and he went and talked to the Panamanians and he says, we want to have a lease with you. They said, come on in. And the French had tried to make the Panama Canal. And because Oregon had to go all the way around South America, that was the impetus to have the United States finish the Panama Canal. So here ends the lesson. I apologize, but I just wanted to share.
Don't apologize.
Don't apologize at all.
It was interesting.
I love that.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay.
Yeah, the fact that you were like, you just
the
came
good
off
thing
the cuff
you
with
just
that.
had a quick thing to show us. And that, was,
That is quick for me. You should be glad I didn't give you the long version.
Okay, that was the quick version, people. The 7-hour version is next week. Okay. So,
Very good.
Things are very shady under this lemon tree. Don't you agree?
yes. Okay.
My lemon tree is Alan, Nate, and Hagen because I'm down at the trunk.
I'm sorry that I have
both Lyle
to cut it
and both
short.
Lyle and both Lyle and Matt are fruit.
Well, I was going to say that makes me a sour version of the
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for
having
hanging
me.
out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lyle, for coming and
Thank
make
you
your
very much.
debut.
You're not
And
showing anything?
I showed 3 books.
Okay.
Because somebody talked too much, so I couldn't show anything.
Knock it off, Hagen! For God's sakes!
I'm sorry. That was my bad.
You don't follow directions worth a damn. That's why I like you.
I was going to show some pretty cool things, but no, not going to show.
No, you weren't. And I also like the name of your dog, Hagen, and he's cute.
He is
Yes.
very cute. We love mutts in this house.
Okay, so everyone, thanks.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Check.
you very much.
I think Matt, you're going over to Biggie's as well, right?
No, I've got some. My daughter's having a sleepover, and I promised them some video game time. So.
Okay, so I'm going to be going over to the Immortal Biggie Shacks Network thing.
Nice to meet everybody else.
Battling it out there. So
I
see
am
you later, Big Lyle. Change your name.
Lyle.
Change your name the next time and put Big Lyle on it.
Big
That way, then
Lyle.
everybody will call you Big Lyle.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
that'd
do
be
that.
cool.
I had
Thank you.
first one. I made a mistake when I first started here. I instead of saying Collecto 6, I had Harry Putz, and I didn't understand.
You know what, Alan? I can join Biggie's. I forgot I can use my tablet.
Okay, cool. We'll see you tonight. All right, bye,
I'm a big
everyone.
18-inch tick next week.
Okay, bye, guys.